This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
So Nissan Radio Shack have been controlling the race to protect his yellow jersey. He's not expected to keep it through the mountains, though. And the other teams know that Sky, with our leader Bradley Wiggins poised to take the race lead if Cancellara falters, have the most to lose. Some teams wouldn't bother protecting what they're unlikely to keep, but there are a few factors affecting Nissan Radio Shack's tactics. Firstly, their season hasn't brought them much so far, with Cancellara falling and breaking his collarbone in the Tour of Flanders to keep him out of his favourite sprint classics. Then their Tour leader Andy Schleck battling the poor form and injury that had left him at home in Luxembourg for this race. That's one big name that Bradley won't have to see off if he's to become the first British Tour de France winner. A week, or even longer, with the yellow jersey in their ranks is a massive fillip in a difficult year and is worth fighting for. Then there is the protocol of yellow. Yellow rules. All bow to the yellow. It is an unwritten rule in cycling that the yellow jersey is the ace of trumps in the whole of our sport. Olympic golds, World Championship rainbow stripes, a trophy cabinet full of cups, trophies, shields and cobblestones are all wonderful things, but the maillot jaune flies proudly above them all on the highest flagpole on the tallest tower of the castle. Protocol demands that all other considerations take second place to the Golden Fleece. Finally, my Nissan Radio Shack counterpart, Alain Galopin, is a traditionalist, and a French traditionalist at that. He understands the meaning of the jersey and is going to treat it properly. I know Alain well. He and his brother Guy were both professional riders and contemporaries of mine, and our management careers have covered similar time frames. I know what he's likely to do, and he knows what I'm likely to do too. He could call Sky's bluff and tell his team to stop working to protect the lead, but I don't think he will. If they have a great day, Cancellara could still be in yellow tomorrow, and if he wears it tomorrow, then the day after, and so on, until Paris, in theory. There was a chance that we would have had to ride on the front more than we have, but the proud traditionalists would always want to honour the jersey with strong riding, and that's how it's panned out. We've had to do our fair share of pulling, and if we do take the overall lead, that workload is going to grow exponentially. From day one, when we started planning this Tour de France, the most important person to have in Sky's armoury, if Brad was going to challenge, was Christian Knaes. Some people in the organisation couldn't see it, pointed out that he wasn't a sprinter, wasn't a climber. However, amongst our large roster of riders, he was the only man for the job of the horse. The man that never says no to a job, the rider who can tow the whole race at high speed for hours at a time, who never tires, who is always at Bradley's side. There will be a lot of work for him in the next fortnight. Bernie Eisel has been great all week, a revelation, proving to be much more than Mark Cavendish's personal assistant and happy to get his hands dirty. A great leader on the road, a rock for the team. These two have been worth their weight in gold all week, and they've worked extra hard today, especially in the absence of Costa. Knaes led the bunch onto the climb with Edvald Boasson Hagen on his shoulder, but Garmin's willingness to work has made things a little bit easier. This is the third time I've been here this year. After the Tour of Romandie, which we won with Bradley Wiggins, I drove here and rode these roads. They've not been used in the Tour de France before, so it was important to get a look. Then, after we'd won the Critérium du Dauphiné with Bradley again, I came back with the riders to let them ride the course for themselves and explain my plan for today. I picked 5 stages to personally recon for this year's race. Today's stage with its short but steep finishing climb, tomorrow's ride into Switzerland, both time trial stages, and then a little-known Pyrenean stage that is finishing at Peyregoud, a climb that has never been used before in the Tour, much like this one. I've been a rider in teams where the directeur sportif didn't know his stuff, and it spreads negativity like a disease. Here he goes again. What's he on about this time? It's my job to know what's going to happen. I want the riders to assume, to just accept.